Hey everyone, welcome back to the M&R Show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Malcolm.
And you see we got our PR specialist, Mont in the building. But
Mont in the building.
It's a heck of a weekend. Y'all show love to the IG Live, you know what I'm saying? We were getting to it, weren't we, Mo?
Hey, yeah, most definitely. We was having a good time. It was a very good weekend. It was a very good game. I had to get on IG Live to say stuff, other than Aubrey trying to interrupt us. And, our research. But other than that, it was good though. It was very good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we definitely want to start with the Green Bay versus the 49ers game. I know, Mont, you have a lot to say about that game, so you can take the floor.
Yeah, man, I'm simply going to call it the Green Bay fallout. And don't get me wrong, the 49ers, they are a tough task for any team that would have played them in the playoffs. They have a very solid defense. Their offense is so creative, it's hard to stop. But Green Bay, when you come in as a number one seed, you have a bye week, 14-3, this can't happen. You can't be at home and score 10 points. I get it was very cold, but it's just unacceptable. And honestly, everything's going to fall back more so on Aaron Rodgers than where it should fall. It really should fall on the coaching staff, particularly the special teams. A lot of mishaps going into the game this weekend. And, all season, it was going to there's been talks that their special teams has been a problem, and we've seen it come to fruition. Now, it's going to come back on A-Rod because, no points on the board for real. It's a playoff game, your first playoff game. You had a week off, so, what's going on? Yeah, you won the MVP, but that means nothing if you're going to get put out in one game. So it's just going to put a lot of speculation on his future. It's going to be a big emphasis on Matt LaFleur's future, as subtle as, that's being talked about, because maybe this is Aaron Rodgers' last game as a Packer, and what does the future look like without him? So it's just a whole lot of questions that's going into the offseason going to have to be answered. It's going to be a lot of media attention on it, but tough one for Green Bay. Tough pill to swallow. Very tough.
Wow.
Hey, before we even continue on, I understand why I wasn't here the last couple of weeks that, you were here and the Steelers lost. So it's time to take that Steelers from the behind you. I want to make sure you take that Steelers back.
Oh, man.
I don't want to see it no more. That's it. That's done. But we definitely going somewhere. We're going to go on the topic. But now I just want to finish that up. But to be honest, though, we look at this game and it was in the snow, and I understand that when it's in the snow, teams don't have to start running the ball. So I already knew that 49ers had a very good advantage over this situation against Green Bay. And then if you looked at what happened in the Green Bay game, you see that Aaron Jones had like a lot of crazy receiving yards, but as far as rushing, he only had 12 or 15 attempts. So that's a problem. But the point is that we have to look at is, where is Aaron Rodgers going to go after this, or what he's going to do after this? And yes, forget the championship game. Forget the playoffs. It happened. It happened. We're asking is where Aaron Rodgers is going to go. And I think into my head, Aaron Rodgers has to leave. Number one, you got to understand, he has been dealing with roster management for the past couple of years. He's been trying to find a second receiver. They haven't drafted a first-round receiver ever since he became starting quarterback, still after the problems that he had to deal with. And on top of that, just because you bring in a guy like Randall Cobb, who's on the twilight of his career, think that's going to change things up. It's not going to change things up.
It's A-Rod's guy.
So let's think of this.
It's A-Rod's guy.
Let's think of this. So, I know everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy because I talked about it last week, so I want to talk about it this week. I think Aaron Rodgers needs to understand this. Number one, you got to think about his legacy right now because, top three quarterbacks in the league. We talk about top three quarterbacks in NFL history. We think about the Peyton Mannings of the world, Tom Brady's of the world, John Elway's, and everybody like that. And we understand that Aaron Rodgers is one of the best talent as far as quarterback that we've seen. He needs to come to Washington. Explain this.
That's a crazy turn.
Yeah, it's a crazy turn. I understand, but let's just listen here. He needs to come with a pitch. Number one, we got Daniel Snyder as the owner. Daniel Snyder has to come. He has a meeting with Daniel Snyder. He needs to sit down and tell him this. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, I understand you are a top three quarterback in the league, but people continue disrespecting you, i.e. Ron. But one thing that I can tell you is, we are going to, number one, have a new brand change. Everybody's going to have a new name. You're coming into a situation where we haven't had any playoff success in the past couple of years. The last time we had a great quarterback was like Sonny Jurgensen or, Joe Theismann, them guys a long time ago. You're coming in a situation where you can make a mark on this franchise, in the Washington franchise. Number one, you can start off making that mark by be able to go ahead to a new era of whatever's going to be Washington Commanders or whatever it's going to be. And if you bring a championship to Washington, do you understand how that would change his legacy? The fact that he came to the Washington franchise, which has turmoil, and be able to change that around and turn it to a winning franchise, do you understand what that could be for a guy like an Aaron Rodgers? And I just understand you have Daniel Snyder as the owner. You don't have the cheap owners in Green Bay. You have Daniel Snyder who's going to willingly put everything out for you as a team. So I understand y'all going to probably put y'all little 2 cents and, little slick comments. But I just think I want y'all to understand that Aaron Rodgers has a chance to leave and solidify his legacy. He's not going to be able to do it in Green Bay. So you might as well go somewhere who's going to give him the opportunity. And I think that's going to be Washington.
So, Mont, should I answer that or should I just go what I was going to say anyway? I don't even know where to go after that.
I understand it's a lot to say, but hey, I'm
like literally as Malcolm is talking, crowd. I mean, we also the sunlight literally like that was the football god shining on Malcolm in mid convo. I mean, I know you saw it, Mont.
It's telling me you're doing a good job. You're doing.
Malk went full Brandon Marshall.
You're doing a good job.
There.
That's what
literally like, hey, Malk, heck of a job. You marketed that. I mean, Malk's marketing. He said Commanders, legacy. I just don't understand. Like, it's hard to. Brady left New England for a better team. You can say he left a better coach, yes, but the team in New England is not on the Bucs level. They didn't have Mike Evans. They didn't have Chris Godwin. He brought Gronk with him. Gronk wouldn't have played New England. He was retired for a reason. The O-line was better. The defense, I'm not going to say was better because one team has Belichick, but they had more talent. And Todd Bowles is one of the best coordinators. So for Aaron to leave a team for a worse team, no matter how much money they have, it's going to be, they don't draft as good as Green Bay. Green Bay is one of the best drafting teams too. Eric Stokes, I wasn't even high on the pick. Heck of a year he had. They don't draft receivers. Okay, but they were still 13-3. They had a top 10 passing attack. You said that the 49ers, ran the ball because of the snow. Please tell me who the best two running backs in that game were. A.J. Dillon, who plays for Green Bay, and Aaron Jones, he's also in Green Bay. They had both of the better running backs. So no matter what, I mean, no, we don't Debo, I guess, is RB1 and wide receiver 1, so I guess you can make that argument. But overall, we're going to categorize him as wide receiver today. I just think the game impacted Rodgers' legacy only because it's just like, bro, he has to get to another Super Bowl. I don't even care if he wins it or not. He got to get to at least another one. Peyton went to 4. Like, even though if Peyton would have never won the last one, he still went to 3. Like, it's just like you gotta have at least the appearances. He has 1 year as a 6th seed. He's never won a Super Bowl from the divisional round on. He's only went from when he went on the run from the wild card. He's gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to get that. I think that game might have threw him off the Mount Rushmore. It's going to be hard for you to make an argument. Your argument is going to just be talent-based. It can't be production-based. It has to be talent because the production isn't there for him to be a top 4 on Mount Rushmore. Production is in. He's not better production than Brady, Peyton, Elway, Montana. He doesn't. He hasn't provided that. He hasn't. Like, he's knocked himself off of that list. I mean, then we see the game. He should have won the game, but he's forcing the ball to Devontae Adams. Allen Lazard is wide open on 3rd and 11. He threw 27 passes, 21 with Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. I don't know. Didn't he beg the GM for Randall Cobb? Did we remember that? Maybe okay. I mean, didn't he beg them for Randall Cobb? Give him the ball.
I don't know. Okay. Clearly, both of you guys have had long weekends. Malk coming in here with his Aaron Rodgers tomfoolery. I just don't see him going over to Washington and basically taking a step back. Yeah, you'll win the NFC East, but you're going to be in the same.
What's the step up from Green
exactly? You're not going to be in any better situation. Now, Ron, I agree. Maybe as far as accomplishments, Aaron Rodgers may not be that guy because of one Super Bowl, but you can't say anything about his production, about his talent, about his longevity. Aaron Rodgers has, if not the best arm, the second best arm in NFL history. And we can't take that from him. And yes, the GOAT conversation is purely an accolade stat. An accolade
sure.
Like if you want to say the GOAT, of course you're gonna go with who got the most Super Bowls. When you talk about talent and position they've been in, you can't compare Tom Brady to Aaron Rodgers. Let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers haven't had a defense like a Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson, whatever they had back in 2010 when they won the Super Bowl.
I would have agreed with you, Mont. I would have agreed.
They wouldn't have had that.
Brady doesn't lose that game. First, we don't know Brady's the greatest in the snow ever as a quarterback, period. No quarterback is better than
I can't say what game Brady wouldn't lose.
No, he would never have scored 10 points at home.
Brady has lost playoff games in his career. He lost one yesterday, and at home.
How many points did he score in the game? Against a better team, by the way. The Rams have a better team than the Bucs.
The Rams
have a better team than the Bucs.
The game was really supposed to be a blowout. I don't know, the NFL writers changed their mind or something and wanted to make it a little more interesting for this wild card weekend. But I
took the spread.
The Rams were on the Brady. You just can't take away from Aaron Rodgers' legacy like that just because of accomplishments.
This is before you move on to Malc. I want to ask you this too, Malc. Patrick Mahomes is 26 years old. He's going to have more accomplishments than Aaron Rodgers by 26 years old if he goes to Super Bowl this year and wins it. He's already passed Rodgers this year. Mahomes is already going to pass Rodgers.
And this is where I answer your question for you. We look at guys like Patrick Mahomes. We look at guys like Tom Brady. We look at guys like Peyton Manning. Let's look. Tom Brady, what's his roster right now? What he have for Tampa Bay? He has Mike Evans. He had Antonio Brown. He had Chris Godwin. He had Rob Gronkowski. I don't know. I'm letting you know what he had. What he had in his career in Tampa Bay. All right. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had Demarius Thomas. Peyton Manning had Wes Welker. Peyton Manning had all these guys. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes to an extent. You have Tyreek Hill. You have Travis Kelce. You have all those guys. These guys had talent at their receivers that Rodgers did not have. Rodgers only had one. Devontae Adams might be the best receiver that he's had.
He said Greg Jennings. He said Jordy was Nelson. He's had
Jordy was good. Are we comparing Jordy to guys like? Are we comparing Jordy to Mike Evans?
Jordy Nelson and Wes Welker. I mean,
is Jordy Mike Evans? And what has he done?
Touchdown season.
What has Jordy done without Aaron Rodgers?
Retired.
Nothing. But I'm just saying. No, the point is, we have a stacked wide receiving core for Tom Brady and Peyton Mannings of the world. They have a stacked wide receiving core. And all Aaron Rodgers asking for another good receiver outside Devontae Adams. You said yes, he missed some Allen Lazard.
Would you rather want Julian Edelman? You want Devontae Adams?
No. Listen.
No. Brady went to go with Julian Edelman and James White. Who do you want?
Julian is one of the best. Hold on. Julian Edelman is one of the best slot receivers in the league.
He's not going to the Hall of Fame
that time. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Devontae Adams goes to the Hall of Fame. But he retires today. He's not going to the Hall of Fame. Julian Edelman played more years, and still he's not going to the Hall of Fame. Devontae Adams is a shoo-in if he keeps playing. He's a shoo-in. They're not even in the same comparison. Okay. But other than
Devontae Adams, what did they have?
He has Aaron Jones. You want Aaron Jones? You want James White?
Aaron Jones only had 12 rushing. Aaron Jones only had better weapons.
He has better weapons
than
Brady.
Aaron Rodgers had better weapons.
And then Brady won the Super Bowl against the Falcons with James White and Julian Edelman. He won the Super Bowl that year. And he came back against, again, a better roster. He was the underdog in the game. Aaron Rodgers was a 6-point favorite.
Was Gronk playing too, right?
Okay. Gronk was in that game.
All right.
Well, guys, we can get into all the variables, at a later time. It's clear we're not going to get to the butt of the Brady-Rodgers conversation today. We'll get back to him.
This is true. So to move on, I know Malc, he was really excited last night on the live about the Bills and what they were supposed to do and what they did accomplish in the game. So I have a feeling that he is the one that really wants to start this Kansas City Bills topic.
Hey, I came out this game with the fact that I have no problem with the Bills, what they did. They played a perfect game. I mean, defensively, yes, they let stuff go, but it's Patrick Mahomes at the end of the day. Patrick Mahomes did Patrick Mahomes things and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen, your boy Ron, the guy that you put down all the time, this guy had...
Full quarterback.
Hold on. Let's understand this. The guy had zero interceptions this whole postseason. He had seven touchdowns, 7 or 8 touchdowns. No, I lied. He had more than that. He had
9
picks.
or 10.
He had 9 or 10 touchdowns, like 7, 13 incompletions. This guy played a perfect postseason. And I think that watching that game helped me realize that the Bills are going to the Super Bowl next year. They're not going to the Super Bowl this year, I understand, but next year they're going to the Super Bowl. I am making that hot take because at the end of the day, I've seen how this Bills team built each year. Hold on, I've seen how this Bills team built each year. They didn't have Tre'Davious White. When Tre'Davious White comes back, they be able to find. I like Emmanuel Sanders, but if they can be able to find another receiver that can be able to add to that, they are a very good, solid team that can be able to be consistently great the next couple of years. Josh Allen is going to be a very good quarterback next year. He keeps on improving every single year. And people keep on doubting him. People keep on coming at him. And every single year he gets better. And Sean McDermott is one good coach. And I think that with the same roster next year, they have a lot of continuity. I think this team can be able to go to the Super Bowl next year. And I'm stamping on that.
Hey.
Mont.
First, I'm going to just say it's clear Malcolm is all in on Overreaction Monday. With that Bills Super Bowl prediction.
I love Overreaction Monday. That's my favorite day.
Please, Malk. Okay, bro.
Might as well.
It's not even a hot take this year. This was last year's hot take. I'm going to be honest with you. And the year before that, the Bills going to do this. Bills going to do that. This is taking nothing away from Josh Allen. He did play a near perfect postseason. I don't think it was exactly perfect, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Design runs, big time throws. He did what he's supposed to do. And just saying them back to the Super Bowl just seems a little bit, I don't know yet, because you just don't know in this AFC. The AFC is looking
loaded.
A lot. It's more potential than it is talent in the AFC, in my opinion, right now. Like, more teams that just have more potential. When you look at the Chargers with Justin Herbert, see what the Bengals are doing. They're about to play an AFC championship game. And Joe Burrows is in his third playoff game of his career. Like, what? Lamar's going to come back. You got so much that's happening in the AFC. It's just hard to say the Bills are going to come back and
who's the most complete team in the AFC?
They were the most complete team last year. And being complete is not going to win you a trip to the Super Bowl. It's going to take some luck. It's going to take some great coaching. And it's going to take amazing quarterback play.
I'm kind of missed out on the great coaching. Probably are the most complete team, but I got to really think about it.
We had to, but
I gotta think about it. Go ahead.
But all in all, you just gotta give credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. They play like they've been here before. Even when NBC was showing their faces and it looked like, we're going home. No, Pat stepped on the field. Pat did some Pat things, and of course you can't discount it. He got Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, and they make him look a whole lot better. But Jesus, you go down and you get a field goal in 13 seconds. 13 seconds, then you get into overtime and you have the poise to throw a strike to Travis Kelce, back shoulder. Beautiful. Cap the wild card weekend. You can't really say much. The Chiefs are supposed to be here. That's as simple as that. This is what was written at the beginning of the season. They were going to be in the conference championship game. Most likely they're going to beat the Bengals and be in the Super Bowl. So this is nothing new from the Chiefs. Honestly, to be honest, the way that this weekend went, they might have already punched their ticket to winning the Super Bowl. Because I don't really see a team that's going to be able to stop them and let alone hold them under 40 points, which the most complete team in the AFC couldn't do. One of the best defenses in the NFL could not do. You can't stop the Chiefs from getting 40 points. You're not going to win.
Yeah, it's like to beat the Chiefs, bro. You got to do what Tampa Bay did last year, and that's get the most pressure in the NFL game in NFL history. They had 29 pressures in the Super Bowl. That's more than in any game in NFL history, regular season or postseason. It's not happening again. You know why? Because they signed Orlando Brown. They signed the guard from New England. They have Creed Humphreys has a 90 overall PFF grade. The highest from 2 rookies, and Trey Smith is the right guard. I think he's a 6th round pick. So it's just like Kansas City right now, they're too hot, man. That might be the greatest game I've ever seen. I mean, it's definitely up there, especially playoff wise in the divisional round. One of the best I've seen. Josh Allen, Malcolm said, A+. He takes 0 fault in a loss. I mean, this is why QB wins is a fake stat, because it's only a big stat just when we talk about like Super Bowls, not just like one win at a time. Because that's not a losing game effort. You don't fault him. You don't give him a loss for that game. You just say his team lost. He doesn't deserve just a loss on his record just for that game because he played as good as he could. He didn't have the ball. period. It's like when Mahomes lost to Brady in 2018. He just didn't have the ball. Doesn't mean he played a bad game. He just literally, Brady got the coin flip just like with that game. So, I mean, it was just a great game, man. Once again, Mahomes, I counted you out in the last 13 seconds. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was dang there because the FanDuel was calling me. I looked at the screen. It said no money won yet. I still got my bet on the Chiefs. I'm like, I don't know about this one. 13. I said I dialed the wrong man. It's just I dialed the wrong man. No one else is doing that in 13 seconds. Because not only you have to be mobile, you have to be accurate, and you have to have a cannon. Those three things at that moment with those players is just one or two, maybe three guys in the history that can do that. And somehow at 26 years old, he's that guy.
I think that we need to credit Andy Reid because that play that he had with Tyreek Hill, number one, that was more of a pass to the quick pass to Tyreek Hill, and everybody gets in front of him, and then he goes. He had 19 yards on that play. The second one, it was a play where Travis Kelce looked like he was going out, and then he went straight back in, and he was able to get that ball. It was like a 15-yard pickup. I think I understand that Patrick Mahomes did what Patrick Mahomes do, but let's not forget that Andy Reid drawed up some very good plays for those two plays to be able to get them in a position so they can be able to get that field goal.
He's still the OG. The OG Walrus. He's still kicking, baby, in Kansas City. And hey, before we end this podcast, go sign that black man that's also helping call plays in Kansas City. He's doing a hell of a job. Y'all talking about Kellen Moore. What has Eric Bieniemy done for 3 years now in Kansas City? Go sign that black man right now.
Talk to Jerry Jones.
Hey, talk to him, baby. We ain't take him in Dallas, man. We need somebody. I mean, dang it. I got to beg at this point. So, any last words?
Mike McCarthy. They love Mike McCarthy. They love Mike McCarthy.
Hey. Any last words?
Nah.
Well, I mean, again, the TikTok is doing pretty good. We got the Apple and the Spotify. Again, I see we're getting a lot of people from different states too, Kentucky and other places. Listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple. Keep doing what y'all are doing. Y'all showing mad love. And the YouTube, the M&R Show. I'm out.
Hey, make sure y'all tune in on Malc and Ron Show on Instagram and on Twitter and on TikTok. We have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of, posts. We have a lot of content. We have a lot of hot takes with Ron. Mont be doing good with the Instagram. So make sure y'all tune in. Y'all have a good one. See y'all.
All right.